Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Quick video. This is the easiest way for me to get a video up nowadays, guys. I want to talk about a story I ran across on Yahoo, and I want to talk about it because I want to get you guys' opinions. Um, I also think that this is a story that has a potential to go nationwide, mainstream media, and I also think it's a story that has a potential to catch on. And I'll explain what I mean by catch on. Essentially, what we have here is we have a gun shop. I believe it's called the Gun Cave in Hot Springs, Arkansas. It's owned by somebody named Jan Morgan. And basically, she has declared her gun shop and gun range a Muslim-free zone. Now, of course, this has CAIR all up in arms. CAIR, for anybody that doesn't know, C-A-I-R, is the Council for American Islam Relations. They've sent a letter to Eric Holder to try to get this put to a stop. They want this. They're like, no, this is unacceptable. This is violating civil liberties and civil rights, that kind of thing. Now, the reason she's doing this, she says, is because Islam is a religion that preaches hate and preaches to kill infidels, which is the vast majority of us out there. And she just doesn't feel comfortable selling people like that a firearm. And she says that's her right as a business owner. She has gone so far as to go and talk to the ATF, and they basically said, look, if you, for any reason whatsoever, even if somebody passes background check, if you feel, for whatever reason, that it's just not safe to sell them a firearm, always err on the side of caution and don't sell them the firearm. And so she's using that as a basis for what she's doing. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know everything about the Quran. I have never read the Quran. I have read passages from the Quran. I have read little bits and pieces here and there. I have read enough to know that it accurately, or what it describes an infidel as, which again is the vast majority of us, and that it also goes into detail what you should do to those infidels, which is essentially to kill us. And so I think in that way, she's right. It preaches hate and it preaches death. But at the same time, again, as somebody who doesn't know anything really about that religion, admittedly, at least not a lot, I will say that I'm sure there are a lot of Muslims, at least in this country, that pretty much ignore those parts of the Quran the same way that there are a lot of Christians who kind of ignore the whole Old Testament part of the Bible. Is that all of them? I don't know. I don't know the percentages. Again, I'm not claiming to be an expert on Islam or Muslims. What I am saying is I think she has valid reason to be concerned. Now, do I think she's truly fearful of Muslims? No, I do not. I think she's trying to make a point. We've had things like beheadings. We've got ISIS. We've got all this stuff going on. This has been something that's been building and building and building for 20 years now, probably even longer than that. But 20 years now, it's been in the news. And it's been getting worse and worse, where we've seen Islamic radicals doing horrible things to people they consider infidels, and trying to do things here in our country and overseas and everywhere else. And she's trying to make a point, and I get that, and I think it's a valid point to make. And I think it's absolutely her right as a business owner to do what she wants to do. She does not have to sell a firearm to anybody she doesn't want to, no matter if they pass a background check or not. I remember back in the day when you would go into pretty much any business and it would say, we have the right to refuse service to anyone for any reason. And that was respected. And, it didn't matter what the reason was necessarily. But especially something like this where somebody says, and validly so, hey, this person could potentially be dangerous based on their personal beliefs. I don't have a problem with that, Now, at the same time, I don't want to sound, one-sided here. Obviously, I'm a gun owner, so I would be, most people would say, oh, he's just a white gun owner, so of course he doesn't like Islam. But it's not just that. There are things that have nothing to do with me that normally, under normal circumstances, I wouldn't have any say in, that I don't have a problem with either. I don't have a problem with the business saying I only want to sell my products and goods and services to somebody who's gay. I only want to serve gay people. Well, I'm not gay, so I should be offended by that, right? No, I'm not. I don't care. It's that business's right. As we live in a capitalist society, they can do what they want. And if they want to do something based on trying to make a political point, they have the right to do that as long as they're not harming anybody. And I don't think she's harming anybody. So ultimately, I don't have a problem with this. I think she's got every right to do this if she wants. And I'd like to see some people out there give me some opinions on this, because like I said, I think this is something that could spread. I think we could see other businesses, specifically FFL dealers, doing this same thing depending on how this case turns out. So anyway, that's it. Comments, questions, all that stuff, leave it down below. I look forward to hearing what you guys are thinking, and we've got talk to you later, guys. Thanks.